Christmas in July! Tonight we're going to make a Christmas card using the Kindest Gnomes cling stamp set, and for the background paper we're going to use the Storybook Gnomes Designer Series paper. For the inside sentiment we're going to use a sentiment found in the Christmas to Remember cling stamp set. Hi, I'm Joan and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I created this video for Joan's Simple Paper Crafts found right here on YouTube. If you're new here, I want to thank you for stopping by, and if you're a returning guest, welcome back. Be sure to subscribe by clicking the subscribe button below. That way you won't miss when I post a video, which is typically once a week. Now give me a few seconds so I can turn the camera down and we can get started. Here's that Christmas card we're going to be making tonight, and we're going to be using the Kindest Gnomes, and this is the one that we used there. And then on the inside we're going to use Christmas to Remember. Friends like you make this season special. And for the outside sentiment we have Merry Christmas and Happy New Year right here. So to get started, we're going to start with the white. That is this piece right here, and we're going to stamp the sentiment. Friends like you make this season special. We have a piece of basic white cardstock cut at 8 inches by 5 1/4 inches. That would be 20.3 centimeters by 13.3 centimeters. And I'm just going to fold it right here at the 4-inch mark, just lightly, so that I can see where that is, because we want to stamp this first before we do anything else. And we're going to stamp it with our Friends Like You Making This Season Special using Poppy Parade. And the reason I want to stamp right away is because if we make a mistake, we can always turn that paper around and stamp on the other side. And I think we did a pretty good job. And I am just going to go ahead and stamp off. Get rid of that extra ink, and we'll scrub in a few minutes. So next I want to do is stamp our outside sentiment. And I got a piece of cardstock that's cut at 3/4 inch, and it was a scrap piece. So this happens to be 3 inches wide, which is long enough because we're going to trim it on the ends when we're done. Sorry if my head's in the way here. And again, we're going to just stamp off. And then I'm going to just close up this Poppy Parade because we are done with that. Next, we're going to bring out our Memento ink, and we're going to stamp our center circle. This circle was cut from using the 2.5 inch laying circles dies. I cut that out, and we're going to stamp the gnome on here. And he'll fit on there, so I'm not going to worry about putting any paper behind him. There we go. And we're done with this ink as well. And I am going to bring out my Stampin' Scrub. And we're going to use our Stampin' Mist. And I got to spray it because I haven't used this yet today. And I'm just going to put it on the wet side first, and then onto the dry side. And then we're done with that. So next we'll do is we'll color our gnome so that we can let them dry. And we're going to start with our Poppy Parade Stampin' Blends. We've got the light and the dark. And I'm going to color his jacket, his hat, and his pants. And I'll speed this up. Then we're going to bring in our dark Poppy Parade, and we're just going to blend it on the far left side to create some shadowing effect. This will give it some dimension. And I'm also going to do the back part of his hat here. Then we're going to come back with the light Poppy Parade. And I see already I made a mark onto his nose, so we'll come back with the blending tool and get that taken care of. So I want to bring it from the dark portion out into the light. And I'm just going to take this and I'm going to push that red right back into that next spot. And it's going to take a couple tries to get that done. And I'm just wiping off the red. There really wasn't any on there, but sometimes there is, so I always wipe it on white paper to make sure. So now I'm going to do his jacket and his pants. And I have the dark Poppy Parade, which no problem with that, but I really wanted to start with the light. So I'm just going to go back to the light. So we've already got that shading effect already taking place there. So then we're going to bring our dark Poppy Parade and put it on the left side here and the left side of his beard. And then we'll bring in our light Poppy Parade and blend that out. And then I'm just going to go back and touch up his nose again. Just kind of push that back in. Okay. We'll do it down here too. I think I kind of slipped up there. I want this one definitely because there's should be white, or at least on the foot section it's going to be colored, and on the nose section it'll be colored with another color. So next we're going to take our dark Cajun, dark Calypso Coral and our light Calypso Coral. And we'll start with the light and we'll go through the beard. Okay, we're going to come back with the dark Calypso Coral, and we're going to go over all these lines, and I'm going to do some on the outside of the left side just to give them a little more shading again there. And now I'm just going to use it on just the lines that Stampin' Up! Provided for me. Then we're taking the light Calypso Coral and we're going to blend all that in. Starting in the dark area and bringing it toward the light. Okay, and I'm going to bring in my light Poppy Parade and my dark Poppy Parade because I have this spot right here on this sleeve that I didn't do. And I'm doing the light first and then the dark. And then coming back with the light. Okay. So next we'll have is our nose. So we're going to use the dark crumb cake on the nose. And just the dark crumb cake. We're not going to use the light.
And as you can tell, it's kind of blending out those little misses I did with the Poppy Parade, which I'm glad that it's doing that. And the same thing with his beard, kind of blended into this.
Okay, so I've got his hands and his nose done. Then I'm going to take our color lifter and I am going to lift the color from here. Oh, let me use the other side. I'm kind of bouncing the marker off the paper, so it's making it a distorted color. I'm not pushing very hard on it because I wanted to have the distortion there. And I'm going to run this off on some white paper here. And there was no red or brown on there, so that's good. So then we have our boots yet. So let's use our light soft suede and our dark soft suede. And we'll start with the light soft suede. And I'm just going to color the entire boot with the light soft suede. And what that basically is doing, and I've been doing it all along, is I'm using the light first to wetten the paper. And that helps it to blend easier. So when you come on with the dark and then the dark and the light, it helps that dark to blend a little bit easier. And I'm going to put the dark on the left side and on the bottom of the boot. So about 1/8 of an inch on the left side. And then just follow the boot line just above the boot line. And an 1/8 of an inch on the second boot line. And then we're going to come back with our light soft suede and we'll blend that in. So it should be darker on the left side and blending more to the right then. We may have to come back in with the dark again. We'll just see. I think I am going to do a little more dark. And I'm just doing a very light touch here. Just kind of erase the line there. Okay, and I do see I need to touch up on the left side here where the red is fading past the line. So I am just going to push it in. So I'm pushing into the card. So I'm coming from the outside and pushing it in. And I'll do the same thing up here. Okay, that's done. It's not quite done though, because we need to do his lantern. And the lantern should have Daffodil Delight for the center part of the lantern. So that's going to be his light. Now, on the original one, I did a light and a dark and a light, and it ended up being the same color, so I didn't need to do it. And then we're going to use our gel pen. So this is a silver gel pen. This one happens to be a Pilot G2. I'm doing it last because I didn't want to smear it. You could have used another brown from the Natural Tones collection for the lantern, but I like the idea of having a silver lantern. Okay, so that is done. We'll let that dry while we make the rest of the card.
I'm trying to find the rest of the card. So we have our white card base here. So we want to fold this in. So we're making a valley on that fold. And I'm just going to burnish it to make it a nice crisp fold. And then let's do a mountain fold. And we'll burnish that too to keep it a nice crisp fold. Then we can take our red piece, and that was cut at 5 1/4 by 8 1/2, or that would have been 14 centimeters by 21.6 centimeters. And it's scored at 4 1/4 or 10.8 centimeters. And we're going to fold it on that score line and burnish it. And I'm going to burnish it on both sides again, just to make a nice crisp edge. Okay, so we need to glue this inside, and I'm going to use my multi-purpose glue. This we can find in the catalog, and I have it in this bottle that has a needle nose tip to it, and that makes it easier to get into small places. Not so much needed for gluing this card down here, but I'm still going to use it because I'm going to need to use a smaller piece in a few minutes here. And then we're going to set it on here, leaving 1/8 of an inch for a border. Okay, so we're going to use our bone folder again, just to keep that air bubbles out, and we'll go on the back side. That usually helps a lot, doing the back side when you're doing the cardstock. So next we want to do is our side panels, and I use the Storybook Gnomes Designer Series paper. It comes with 12 different patterns. So this is one pattern here. It's double-sided, so this is the second side. And this one is trees, and then reindeer and mooses and foxes and bunnies and snowflakes on this one, and then gnomes on here, and some more trees, and then some more snowflakes, some more gnomes, some more snowflakes. This kind of reminds me of a pattern that I would use on a sweater. And here's some more snowflakes. And then here's some mushrooms. So we need to cut a piece of designer series paper at 1 3/4 by 5 inches. And that's going to be 4.4 centimeters by 12.7 centimeters. And I have one cut here that way, and the other one we're going to put in this way. So let me get my silicone mat, because we want to keep the glue from sticking to our mat. So here's my glue. So I'm going to just flip this over. Let me see which one do I want. I think I'm going to leave this one on the left side, because we'll be able to see that mushroom then, rather than having it underneath the gnome. So this will be in the center piece. So then I'm going to do this side for it. And then I'm going to leave 1/8 of an inch all the way around. And then I'm going to take my bone folder, and actually I'll wait until I get the second piece done on there. And we want to do it on this side upright, so let's do the glue on the snowflakes then. Okay. So we're going to put the glue down here again, leaving 1/8 of an inch around the border. And then let's take our bone folder and get those glue flattened underneath. And I'm going to roll this over and do it on the back side as well. So that takes care of that. So we have to do our cover, and that's going to be a piece of designer series paper cut at 4 inches by 5 1/4, or that would be 10.2 centimeters by 13.3 centimeters. I hate covering this side up, but you know, it's double-sided. You gotta pick a side. So we're going to just put that on the cover. And again, we're going to have 1/8 of an inch left on each side. Okay. And then next what we need to do is we need to cut a circle out in the middle using our layering circle dies. And we're going to use the 2.5 inch circle die. So we're going to want to lay it down here and center it. And we'll run that through our cut and emboss machine. I'll be right back. So then we've got this, and we'll just put this aside. Maybe we might find something else to use that for. And then what we need to do next is we need to cut our circles to make the outer rim, and then a circle for inside here. So what we'll use is our 3 inch scallop circle. And we need one solid piece of the 3 inch. And then we'll also use a 3 inch with the 2.5 inch inside. So the 3 inch scallop circle equals 7.6 centimeters. And then we need the 2.5 inch on the inside, which equals 6.5 centimeters. And I'm going to run this through our cut and emboss machine, and I'll do the second one of the larger one again while I'm doing that. All right, we've got these done. So what we need to do is make sure we don't have any glue stuck on here. Okay, that was just my eraser nubs. So we're going to glue this onto here. So let's get that with the glue on the inside. And this is where I need this needle nose to put the glue on here. There we go. And then we're just going to put it down like this. And we'll place it on the hole. And try to get it to match up in the center portion. Okay, I think it's done. And then what we do next, how we place this one, we're going to just put glue on the back of this. And we'll glue it on the center of this piece here. Almost running out of glue. And then we're just going to drop it in the center. And I am going to just use my bone folder to get all the glue bubbles out. And it looks like it leaked there, so hopefully I can get it onto here. Okay, to get that to be aligned properly now, we take it and we fold it inside here and find where we want it to be. So that is where we want it. And so I'm going to just lift that up here. And I am going to lift this up here. So we only need to do half. So let's get it back in here. So we've got that in the right place there. So I am going to just use my bone folder to rub that, and then I'll turn it over again. Okay. So all we have left to do is to do our outside banner. So we've got Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and I'm going to use our banner punch. It's called a banner pick-a-punch. And I am going to do this side first. So I want to use this chevron shape for the banner. And I'm going to just slide that in there. And then we'll turn it over and we'll punch it. And then I'm going to go back and do the other side. Slide it in, turn it over, and we'll punch it. And I'm just making sure that the chevron is like right in the middle here, so that it's somewhat centered. So that one centered up real well. So I'm going to take some dimensionals and put it on the back of this piece here. I'm using the dimensionals found around the border of a dimensional sheet. No sense throwing those away. They still work real well. Just need to use your snips to get them loose. And I'll do one in the middle here. And one more. And I just need to snip this one. We'll just use our take your pick tool to get those paper backings off. Otherwise, they're going to be all over the living room floor eventually. So let me get this down here. And I'm just setting it down, kind of centering it. And I'm going to take some of our fine sparkling adhesives, and we're going to use these Poppy Parade ones right up here. And I will do one here. We'll do one here. And we'll do one up here. Very good. So I think we're done with that card. Let's see if we bring in the other card. I hope you like this project as much as I do. As you can see, it would work great with just about any stamp sentiment set. Why don't you give it a try? Now, if you have enjoyed today's video, would you do me two favors? Click the thumbs up emoji. That means you like it. And would you share it on social media with your crafting friends and pin it to Pinterest? These actions will help me to keep sharing my ideas with other crafters for free, and I'd really appreciate that. Be sure to hit the subscribe button below so you won't miss any future videos. If you have any questions, be sure to contact me. I'm here to help in any way that I can. If you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I love to be your demonstrator. Just reach out to me. If you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I'd love to be your demonstrator. Just reach out to me. If you'd like to place a Stampin' Up! Order or would like a catalog, hop over to my website where you'll find the Shop Now button. To shop with me, you'll need to go to joanheberlein.stampinup.net. Bear with me a little bit longer because I want to let you know of the promotions going on right now. The July-December 2022 mini catalog is here. Share and celebrate every season of life with the brand new products from the July-December 2022 mini catalog. Find the perfect something for autumn, winter, spring, and every occasion in between. You can find a link to that catalog in the comments section below. It's time for one of the most exciting promotions and parties of the year, Celebration. From July 1st to August 31st, you can earn exclusive free products by shopping, joining, or hosting. Choose a free celebration product with every $50 or $100 you spend, and that's before tax and shipping. Reward yourself by hosting a party. Hosting a party is always fun during celebration. It's even more rewarding. On top of the usual host rewards you can earn toward free and discounted products, there's also no limit to the number of free celebration products you and your guests can earn. Plus, place a party or a personal order over $300, excluding shipping, and you'll also receive the exclusive Perfect Pomegranate stamp set for free. Do what you love. Share your passion for creativity and do more of what you love. Join Stampin' Up! As an independent demonstrator and build a starter kit by selecting $125 in products for only $99. Join now during celebration and we'll throw in the Making the Plans collection for free. It's the perfect resource for allocating your time, building your business, and memory keeping along the way. You can find the link to the celebration brochure in the comments section below. So yes, a lot's going on right now, and I hope you picked the perfect bargain for you. Mark your calendars. I'll be back Saturday, July 23rd at 7 p.m. Central Time. We'll be doing something from the new mini catalog. I hope you'll be here to join me. Thanks so much for being here with me tonight. I look forward to next time. Bye for now, and don't forget to subscribe.